Password resets is the next method that I would like to show you to find someone's personal email address. Now you have already learned how you can utilize Find My Account on Facebook to find partial information about the person's email address or phone number. And this partial information might help you to guess the person's email address or verify it. For example, if you have already found the person's email address, then you can use Find My Account on Facebook to see if the partial information of an email address matches the email address that you have found. Now, when you are using password resets, you will probably get the first or last letter of an email address and then the domain name. In this case, we have this email address, example@gmail.com, and the first letter is E for example, but most of the time, the first letter is going to be the first letter of the first name of the person that you're looking for, or the first letter and then dot and then the last name. And here we have G, which we can assume is gmail.com because Gmail is very popular email provider that almost everybody uses. So let me show you an example. First of all, I'm going to go to facebook.com and then click on forgot password. So I'm going to say Rishi Kabra because we already know that he has a Facebook account. And this is his account. I'm going to say this is my account. And we are going to see the first letter of his email address and the last digit. So we can assume that the first part of the email is Rishi Kabra. And then we have 2, which is 132 based on the username that we have gathered before. And this also showed us that he is using Gmail. Now to find more information, you always have to click on try another way. And you can see here that his phone number ends with 16. So in case you have gathered someone's phone number and you want to make sure that this is the phone number that they are using on Facebook, then you can use this reset password form to check whether this phone number is linked to this Facebook account. Or you can go to this URL that is by Twitter to find your account and add the person's username, Twitter username. So I'm going to say _RK132, which is Rishi Kabra username, and then click on search. And we can see that he has a phone number that ends with 16. And this is his email address that is associated with this account. So now we have an extra letter, which is I, that we didn't find with Facebook. We can also guess that this is gmail.com because the number of stars here matches the number of the email address. So this is also very useful information. I just want you to keep in mind that this URL is the only way to find the email address, because if you go to X or Twitter.com and click on forgot my password, then you will be requested to add your username, email address in order for you to reset your password. So this is the only way to find this information, and this link might not work in the future. Another method, which is by going to Instagram and then clicking on forgot password. And this time, I'm not going to enter Rishi Kabra username, because once I enter the username and click on send login link, then he'll be receiving an email from Instagram to change his password. So this will alert the person, and I don't like to do this. But I just want you to show you an example. Let me enter my username. So it's cybersudo, and then say send login link. And then say next. And you can see that I'm going to receive an email to this email. So it starts with C and it ends with O@gmail.com. So this is another method to find someone's email address or verify it in case you have already gathered it before. It's not going to work all the time, but it is good to know as it might be the last resort to find someone's email. Now please keep in mind that most people use their first and last name and their email addresses and then add Gmail or Yahoo or Hotmail.com. But there are also some people who use their date of birth, for example, Saad Saraj, and then 1995 @gmail.com, etc. And some people use their first, last name, and then a very random number, and then at Gmail, Yahoo, or Outlook.com.